Do you feel like it scorned you in a way of, damn, if I'm a girlfriend to somebody, this could be going on behind my back? In a way?
Yeah, a little bit, but it wasn't just him. I feel like that it happens anyways. Like I said, like it's 2024 and I'm not naive. Like this stuff happens more than you think. Like there's married couples that do this.
Yeah.
They do that. These guys do that. Like if you're attractive and you have money, it's even worse. Major thing, but like.
So you worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. How would you say your anxiety is?
You think I got bad anxiety?
You sound like it a little bit. Cause you worried about things that ain't even happened yet.
Yeah, I don't trust these men. I do not trust these men. Like I just.
I'm gonna say this before I keep going back to.
I feel like when men, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like when men, they're faking. Like I feel like everything's a fake. Like they're fake as hell. Like I feel like men are fake as hell. Like especially like when they like you. Like okay, they like you right now. Like they like you right now.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. First, I want to say, if you want to be in a relationship, a trust and loving relationship, and you're dating men, but you don't trust them, that's gonna be kind of hard. Like,
I don't know how to get to that. I don't know how to trust them because, like, it's.
Do you trust yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust yourself that you would pick the right person? Hey everybody, it's your girl DJ with Plan for Keeps, the dating app and podcast, and today I have my girl Ashley here for Dating Chronicles, where we normally give a funny, crazy, or lesson learned dating story, or the guests may pick a topic that they feel aligns with them. So I'm gonna let Ashley decide which one she wants to go with, but in the meantime, Ashley, tell us a little bit about you.
So my name is Ashley. On Instagram, it's prettysantos_. And I work in corporate America. That's my main job. I haven't done that in a long time. Like I just been hustling for years. But I work in corporate America, but I also like I have a business customizing shoes. And yeah, and I do like other side hustles on the side. So like Lyft and Uber.
That's dope. Okay. Now, you're in Atlanta. How long have you been dating out here in these streets? Have you been out in Atlanta all your life? Are you from here?
I moved a lot recently. Like, I came out here in 2007.
Okay.
And then in 2014, I moved. I'm from Connecticut originally.
Okay.
So then I moved to, in 2014, I moved back to Connecticut. Then I moved to LA. And then I moved to Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, wow.
And then I moved back here in 2020.
How was LA?
LA is dope.
Really? How long did you stay?
3 or 4 years, about 4 years.
Dang, why you didn't stay in LA? Just out of curiosity. I've always wanted to.
At the time that I lived there, I was living with my mom, and she had like a job there, and she wanted me to come with her. She's like, please just see how it is. I want you to just come with me. And I stayed, and then she moved her job, and it went to Providence. And then I was with her there, and I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go back, live by myself. So I was like, I'm either, going to get an apartment out here in Rhode Island or either go to LA or Atlanta. And I'm like, it's the time to decide. So I just decided to go to Atlanta because I felt like Atlanta is the easier city to, like,
trying to get out there, be on your own, all that stuff. And how long has it been since you've been back?
It will be 4 years later this year.
4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how's dating been for you here?
It's like, I don't know. It's fun, I guess. Like,
dating should be fun, I think.
It's fun when you can find someone. Like, these men don't even really want to date.
What do they want to do?
Have sex.
Okay.
They do. Like, they don't want to date. I mean, I won't say all men or anything like that. Like, I don't want to be, like, the pessimistic or scorned woman, but it's hard. Like, when I do meet guys and it's somebody I actually like or I'm attracted to, when I finally meet someone like that, like, I feel like they're not even... They do, but not as much as they don't, like, want to go out and court me.
What do you feel you're attracted to? What's your type?
I don't know. Like, It don't have to be my type. Like, it's just like, it gotta be, at least physically, I can't date anyone I'm not attracted to at all.
What I'm saying, what do they look like? Like, what do they?
What kind of guys are like?
Yeah.
Tall, brown skin, caramel, like kind of like athletic build. You don't have to like look exactly like what I like, but just attractive
Characteristic.
and yeah, a manly man, but dressed nicely, like not super thuggy, but
A little bit of
like
thuggy.
yeah, a little bit like a nice, you know how to dress up though when the occasion, or just dress like a man. I don't like saggy pants and stuff like that, but
Okay.
I don't know who would I say, like, if I could say a celebrity, who would I think of? I would say like Carmelo Anthony, or like
Okay.
Key Glock, or like Nas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very handsome and attractive men.
Yeah, I like men who like keep themselves up and stuff, but
Got you. Okay. So that's what you say. You're
and not super pretty, not
Yeah.
Shamar Moore. Like.
Got you. Got you. So that's what you say your type would be. And you say all of them just want to have sex. Or most of
All
them.
of them, not all.
Would you say
man,
most
like,
of them? Because dating should be fun, like a nice little numbers
It's
game.
not even. Yeah, I feel like they do want to do that. They get right to it. Yeah,
Really?
they do.
What do you?
I don't want to blame it on me. Like, I feel like I don't just give that. I don't just give that. But it's when somebody approached me and try to talk to me, like, they're like, oh, like, where do you stay and stuff like that. And like, like, they don't like, I mean, they do, but they're faking. Like, when they're like, oh yeah, let's go here, I want to take you here. Like, they're faking until they see me one time.
How do you react when they faking? Do you just play along with it?
I don't play along with that shit. I stopped texting you like that.
How do you? So
I can see you like that.
hold on, let me make sure I understand right. So when you feel they're faking, like wanting to get to know you, you feel they're faking, so you block it off and don't see.
Okay, so this is one example. I met this guy who lived in my apartment.
Okay.
Like years ago when I first moved. So I've been in this apartment for 3 years.
Okay.
And I never really wanted to talk to him or anything. I just didn't look at him like that. But he was like always try to talk to me every time I saw him. And he's attractive or whatever, but he moved away. And I had finally got my number a couple years later after seeing him outside all the time. I used to walk my dog out there, and he's like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You look like an Instagram baddie." He's like, "I want to take you to this restaurant that's like 5-star restaurant. I want to take you here. I want to take you there." Like, just saying all this stuff just so that, because he thinks that's the type of girl I am, just so that he can get in my good graces. And like, I finally went out with him one time, and as soon as after he's just gross. Like,
he was tell me this could be the crazy dating story. What happened?
It's not a crazy story. Like, we went out to lunch and we got drinks, and we did get kind of drunk or whatever. But he took me up. We got seafood.
Okay.
And we had some drinks, and it was just like, you said all of that to do what? Like, this is what you wanted all the time. That's how you looked at me the whole time. Like, you're not trying to take me out. You haven't took me to none of these places that you said you wanted to take me to. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, and then it's been years. You've literally been chasing me for years, and I'm giving you a chance. And it's just like, after that, like, I'm turned off. Like, I feel like you're trying to do that and real quick, and that already turned me off. Like, I don't even want to talk to him anymore.
Got you.
I'm good.
Got you. So you said he took you out to seafood, and then you said it got gross. So I'm guessing then that's when he tried to.
It was after we drank. Like, he dropped me back off to my house, and he was just like, "Oh, I've been wanting you for years," and blah blah blah. And he was just like, "Oh, you are just so bad," like trying to grab my butt and stuff like that. Like, and that's cool and all, but no, like, why did you say all that stuff? Like, because I actually gave you a chance, and I didn't even want to even talk to you in the first place.
Got you. So,
and it wasn't because you said you was gonna take me to all these places. I thought you just liked me so much, like you were acting like you were like I was above you, like you, your dream girl, and that's not. Not that I feel like that's how he want to be. I'm like, I don't want you.
Don't want you.
Yeah.
Right. Got you. So the other guys on the dating apps, do you feel like they move the same way, or
Dating naps?
how do you
want no dating naps?
Okay, so you don't do dating apps. Okay.
I've done that before, but no.
So you meet guys in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I meet them everywhere. Like, it's 2024. I met somebody on Instagram before. Like, I don't know.
So what's your dilemma? They all want to ask. So how do you vet them?
How do I what?
Vet them.
What do you mean?
And like when you getting to know somebody, like when you getting to know them, how do you vet them?
I pay attention to everything.
Tell me how you pay attention.
What do you mean? Like, how do I like figure out who I want to talk to and who I don't? Like,
or even like when you start, or somebody reach out to you in your DMs, like you entertain them because they hit you up in the DMs. How do you vet them from there? Do you decide?
I definitely look at how they look and how they carry themselves, and just like the things they post. If they post memes, like if they're like demeaning to women, or if they're into their family or philanthropy or things like that. Like I look at what I think or what I can see is their interest. Sometimes you can't tell, especially on social media, but I just like try to figure out what type of person they are. And that when you do decide to give somebody their number or something, you can figure out from there. Like, I mean, it takes time, but you can figure out like what they
like and stuff like that. When you get on the phone with them, like, and you're talking to them, like, how long do you guys stay on the phone before you actually get to a first date? Usually. And then are you looking and listening out for certain stuff, or are you just going with the flow and seeing what they talking about?
It could be anywhere from like a couple of days to like months. Yeah, it just depends on the person. Like, if I like you, because some people, I don't know, like, you get a vibe from them. You always feel, and I feel like I'm a good person with energy. Like, I feel energy, and I'm like, okay, even though some of them be faking, like, I could feel the energy, like, okay, I want to see you in person, or certain things attract you about them. It's like, okay, yeah, I want to see you soon.
God, do you feel like you know who faking up front already? You seem like you feel like you kind of do, or no?
Some of them is very easy to tell, but some people know. Some people will fake a whole personality. They'll fake their whole life, actually.
Have you been in a situation like that where someone's faked their whole? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
I was dating, like, when I first moved back here, I was dating this guy. I had met him, like, I met his sister. I knew his sister. Me and his sister were cool. And when I came back out here, like, I've been gone for so long, like, in those other cities. And then I just hit him up on Instagram. I'm like, I'm back, because I didn't know it. I feel like I didn't know it, or all my friends were gone and stuff. Like, yeah. So I just hit him up, and it wasn't because I was like, oh, I like him and I want to talk to you. It was like, he was the homie. Like, he was my, he was my friend's sister. Brother. So I hit him up, and I was like, I'm back in Atlanta, whatever. Like, and he changed. Like, he like a big boss now. Like,
wow.
He's in the music industry and all that. And but that wasn't where I hit him up. I just hit him up to see what was good with him, and maybe we could hang out. And we started hanging out, and I saw, like, he had a lot going on, but he was just so sweet and so genuine. So I was like, I started kicking it with him and hanging out with him. And, like, yeah, he definitely tried to, like, sleep with me and stuff, but I did, like, from the beginning. But he was never pushy. He was just, like, a very nice person. He was so cool and, like, chill. And he always took me out, pay for everything. Like, we went to nice spots and stuff. Like, and then, I did start, like, messing with him and dealing with him. And, like, I thought he was kind of, like, it eventually got to a point where he was kind of like a boyfriend type of situation. Okay. Like, he was, like, at my house all the time. Like, all the time. He'd leave the studio or whatever, just at my house while I'm working, just chilling, like. And now I started, like, dealing with him for a while, and this has been, like, probably, I started dealing with him like this, like, on a level, like, for, like, over a year.
Okay.
We were just kicking it and real cool. Like, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, but the closest thing to it. And then I found out he had a girlfriend. He had a whole girlfriend.
Wow.
But I had no idea he had a girlfriend, though. And I'm not naive because I'm a detective. Like when I start liking somebody and I feel like I want to be exclusive to you or I'm like interested in you, like I'm gonna start looking at your likes, doing it. And I did all of that, and I saw like certain girls. I'm like, what they got going on? But I never thought that it was his girlfriend. And then I watched his sister recorded a Facebook Live. He was going to Miami one time. And he told me, and I think I might have even dropped him off to the airport. And he went to Miami with to surprise his mom for her birthday, and the girlfriend was there. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? It's like she was on her. She recorded a Facebook Live. I didn't watch the live because I don't even be on Facebook like that. But I just happened to. She put it on her page. After, and I watched it, and I was like, what? And he was like holding her, and I'm like, who is this? Like. But I was shocked. Like, I swear to God, I'm not naive. Like, I am not.
So what?
Like,
so how did you come to him with this? Like, or what did you?
I was so furious. I was so mad. Like, but I mean, I never thought that he wasn't talking to other people because, like I said, we weren't exclusive. But I didn't think he had a girlfriend because. When do you have the time? Like, not that he just spent all his time with me, but I got a lot of time, a lot of time and a lot of nice benefits. Like, I couldn't, and like, it was to the point where he had a key to my house at one point. Like, he was real kicking it real tough. Like, I would never thought he had a girlfriend, and that just like scorned me.
God,
not in general. Like, there's stuff like that happens all the time, but.
But it's in a way, did it scorn you though? Are you more?
It scorned me with him, yeah.
Okay.
And it scorned me just in general that people, not even for our situation, that for her situation, like you didn't know about me. Like I was there the whole time. Like that made me think like when you were in a relationship, like whoa, like that was a lot. Like that was a lot.
Wow.
That was a lot. How did you not know?
Did it scorn you in a way where
How did she not know? Like, how can you be in a whole relationship, like a real relationship, like with the title and everything, and then you have all this going on the side? Like, we wasn't just having sex and I'll see you when I see you. Like, we was buddy.
Yeah.
Like he knew all my friends, I knew all his friends. Not all his friends, but yeah, like I was over there all the time.
Do you feel like it scorned you in a way of? Do you feel like it scorned you in a way of, damn, if I'm a girlfriend to somebody, this could be going on behind my back? In a way?
Yeah, a little bit, but it wasn't just him. I feel like that it happens anyways. Like I said, like it's 2024 and I'm not naive. Like this stuff happens more than you think. Like there's married couples that do this.
Yeah.
They do that. These guys do that. Like if you're attractive and you have money, it's even worse. I do feel.
What do you feel like you learned from that particular situation?
To not date exclusively.
Oh.
to not date someone cause like I would never even.
So not date exclusively. So you mean like date multiple people?
When you're getting to know someone, don't just cut everyone else off. Like explore your options. Yeah. Because with him, like when I got here and I was like, oh, he's like this, he's like that. I'm like, I like all of this. Like I'm like, okay, I'm not fucking with nobody else. No one can even touch me. Like I'm like, no, because I really like him like that. I don't care if you're not my boyfriend. Like that's what that taught me right there. And after that, I was like,
Got you. I know you don't use a dating app.
And then we were doing all this, and then it wasn't just his girlfriend. He had other girls that was like me, like where he took them on vacation and everything. Like, yeah, wow. I swear, it sounds crazy. I swear I'm not stupid, but I don't know how he had the time for this. Like, I know, like they say men will find time, but I don't know how he had time. Like, I saw him a lot.
Yeah.
I saw him a lot. Like, he was like, it come through in the middle of the day. Like, you might spend the whole day at my house. Like, I don't know.
How many days out of the week did you get that?
Huh?
I mean,
like, at one point, like 4 or 5.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. This is
a lot.
Saying. Like and then he, like I said, he's in the music industry, so he's a busy person. Like when you're not with me, I don't think that you're with other women, I think you're handling business. Like, because you have motion. Like, you got stuff to do. You can't be up under me 24/7. I wouldn't even expect that.
Got you. So you don't think he was lying about any other parts of his life? He just was lying about just the multiple women?
What do you mean?
Because, I mean, he had all this extra time.
Like, having motion?
Yeah.
No, that
was a real thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you learned to definitely make sure so now you're not using the apps.
I never used the apps.
You never used the apps. So now.
Not really. Like, I have used apps before, but that's, no.
So are you dating multiple people? Like, getting to know multiple people? Or do you still, like, handle people one at a time?
I prefer to do that. Like, I know that, like, I said that about that situation, but I just prefer to. Like, I like to one at a time. Like, I would rather just talk to one person. Like, and it's also like, even if I do start like that, I always like, it's a process of elimination. Like, I always feel like I just want to talk to one person, and I do it by deep. Or when I find one person I like, I just never talk to nobody else. Like, if I'm just texting people, and then this one guy that I really like, I'm just gonna start talking to him and not ignore everybody else. But now I'm trying not to do that, but I am dating right now, but it's really only one person that I like that I'm dating. So
got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you put on the form before you came here situationships. What are your
15? Oh my God.
All right, tell me, what are your thoughts on situationships? How do they relate to you? And how are we going to change that this year?
How? I don't know, because I feel like I'm cursed. Like, did I break a mirror? Like,
no.
Like in 7 years of bad luck? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't ever want to be like desperate or like anything like that. Like, I don't.
You say you don't want to be desperate. What does desperate look like?
I don't know, but I've tried to like learn from my lessons and make changes, but it's just like, and then one thing that I think that I have done is not just like, just talk to people and be like, oh yeah, it's whatever, it was whatever. Like, I don't really do that anymore. I try to like date with intention.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, Atlanta is I don't know what people think. Like, these people who are in relationships, let's talk about that. The people that are in relationships, they're getting cheated on. The people that I know that are in relationships are, yeah.
I've been in a couple of relationships in Atlanta specifically.
I won't say everyone's like that. Like, I'm not like everyone's getting cheated on, but it's just Atlanta is a very special place. Like, people here are very sexually fluid.
They are very sexually fluid. I think another thing too, like, one thing I'm getting from you is you don't trust, right? And if you don't trust your own judgment in a way, because like, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. First, I want to say, if you want to be in a relationship, a trust and loving relationship, and you're dating men, but you don't trust them, that's going to be kind of hard. Like,
I don't know how to get to that. I don't know how to trust them, because like, it's.
Do you trust yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust yourself that you would pick the right person?
I don't know.
So how do we?
I trust myself to be faithful. Like, I trust myself to be with somebody and just stay with them. Like, that's just in me. That's just who I am. But
do you trust yourself to pick the right person? Have you done the work within yourself to figure out what maybe your wounds are and to why you may end up in situations?
Maybe not. Maybe that's what my problem is. Maybe not, but I don't know. Like, I feel like you could even find someone and they're like, they have their clear intentions and they do everything right. They're like your side, whatever. And then it's like a year, 2, 3, 4, that could be good. They're bored with you.
How do you keep it spicy though? Why don't we find somebody that we can be, that also is our friend?
That's what, like, I feel like that's how men are. Like, that's how men are. Not all of them.
Do you feel like that might be? You feel like that might be the type of men that you like are?
I feel like that's all men.
All men? Because I know of a few men. Like I said, I've been in 2 or 3 relationships, and cheating for me isn't why we broke up. It was either we outgrew each other. Most of the time it was because we outgrew each other. Or I was going somewhere and they were going another way. Now, one situation, the guy did break up with me because he did end up getting with somebody else and then realized he made a mistake and wanted to spin the block, which is like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you can trust yourself to pick the right person and open up those floodgates, why don't you like dating apps? Let's start there. Because that opens up.
I don't feel like everything is about cheating. I don't feel like everything that's not going to work out is because of cheating. Like, there's so many other things, like, and those things are annoying too. Like, that brings more.
Yeah, like I know you
shit to the table that you got to deal with. Like, there's other things.
Yeah, like you
cheating.
just brought up.
That's just one thing that's a major thing, but like.
So you worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. How would you say your anxiety is?
You think I got bad anxiety?
You sound like it a little bit. Because you worrying about things that ain't even happened yet.
Yeah, I don't trust these men. I do not trust these men. Like, I just don't.
I'm gonna say this before I keep going back to.
I feel like when men, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, when men, they're faking. Like, I feel like everything's a fake. Like, they're fake as hell. Like, I feel like men are fake as hell. Like, they, especially like when they like you. Like, okay, they like you right now. Like, they like you right now. Then who they gonna like next?
That might not always.
I be seeing old men do that. Like, did you see the guy on TikTok?
No, what? Tell me about
it. The guy on TikTok that got caught. His wife was friends with Candy. You didn't see that?
No.
It was like a viral video just last week, and dang, I wish I knew what the lady's name was, but they were married, and this is a beautiful older woman. They have to be in their 50s, maybe 60. They're definitely in their 50s, but he looks a little older than her.
Yeah.
But they've been together for years. Like, they're married. He has a lot of money. Like, they're a very attractive older couple, but she caught him, like, she didn't have to pay nothing. They've been together. They're in a real marriage, and she caught him like cheating at the airport because he was late on his flight, and she called like the airline, and she was like, "When is it coming? Like, when is the flight coming?" And they told her they said something like, "We can't tell you." She's like, "What do you mean?" And then they said that he was with another girl, and so she met him at the airport and caught him out like with a younger woman, and the woman looks like a replica of her, just a younger version of her. Well, he's old, like gray hairs all over, like almost fully gray.
But their situation probably wouldn't be your situation, though. See, we got to stop putting ourselves, because we don't know the ins and outs of that particular marriage or any of the other relationships that we speculate about. Oh, that man cheated up. We don't know.
Men don't like that.
You can't.
You don't think that?
No, it's not that I don't think that.
You don't think that? Even if they love you and that you are exactly their type and they just want to build with you, like, they're eventually going to get bored. Like, they're going to do that.
I don't think all men eventually get bored. I feel like men who are healed and who are whole and don't just seek out just pleasure because they know that just actually seeking pleasure is just covering up wounds that you probably have from past. Then now there's a lot of men who, no, they don't get bored with you because you are their best friend, because you do bring more to the relationship than just your looks. Mm-hmm. Or even just for me, I'm not the type who cooks clean and stuff like that, but I know I bring other things to the table. If I'm in a relationship with a guy, you my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you ain't never gonna get bored with your best friend.
I've been like that before, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, where I felt like in the relationships I've been in, I feel like that definitely was my best friend.
Yeah, and you feel like you still ended up in that same situation?
Like where I got cheated on?
Or cheated on, or that wasn't your situation? Like these other...
it ended. Like, it just didn't last. Like, it's not, all my relationships didn't end because of cheating.
Sometimes it's okay for relationships to end. You get what you're supposed to get out of it, and then you go on to the next one. Mm-hmm. Does it hurt when it ends for you?
For me?
Yeah. How does it make you feel?
Oh, like when I'm in a serious relationship, I feel like it's death. I ain't gonna lie. It feels like that. Like when you're in a real relationship and you love somebody and then it's over with, that's another reason that I don't even like that either. It's like I don't have the time for that. Like I don't feel like mourning a death. Like, you know, like if your mother died or something, you saying like somebody's your best friend and then you gotta just move on. And it's like you've been with this person for a long time.
How do you Max, how did the last one end that was like that? It wasn't cheating, it's just like, how did it end?
The last relationship that I was in, I ain't gonna lie, it was like 2014. The real relationship, like I had some that were kind of close since then, but real relationship, like we were together probably for like some years.
Okay.
And we lived together, like we had different apartments together. I knew his mom, he knew my mom, like. How did it end? Like, his mom, he's from California, and his mom came to visit, and I like mushed him in the car. So he was like mad at me after that, and like after that, he just was so upset. Like he would never talk to me after that. Like I don't know, he like went to his car and like locked himself in the car. His mom came to visit from California. Because he said, I don't know, we were arguing about money.
Did y'all argue a lot?
Only at the end.
Yeah, towards the end?
Yeah, towards the end, only at the end. We actually had a really good relationship. Well, from during the time,
yeah. It was a really good relationship.
It was a good relationship. Like, I fucked it.
Thinking about that relationship, you say you mushed him.
We were in the car and his mom was in the backseat. He said something like, I was mad. We were arguing over the dinner we had. We went to like Papados or something like that. And we were arguing about that. I don't know. It was very petty though. It was about money. It was petty. I don't know if it was like, I don't know what, I can't even remember. It was so long ago, but it was about money. And then he said something. I was like, oh, he was like, that's why you don't do this and do that. And he was saying all of our business in front of his mom. Like, he was telling all of our business about, like, how we split the bills. And and I was so mad. I was so embarrassed. Like, why would you say this in front of your mom? I was like, shut up. Like, and I mushed him. And he was like, and his mom was like, but it was just like a mush like that. Like, it wasn't even real hard. I just, like, mushed his head like that. And he was, and they... After that, I really
was he a mama boy? Was he a mama's boy?
Not to me, no. I don't think so.
That just made me wonder. Like,
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know mama's boy. He wasn't.
So he was he just embarrassed of the fact he got mushed in front of his mom?
He told me just recently. He was like, when you put your hands on me, he was like, that reminded me of my mom and my dad who like were physical with each other. And they couldn't leave their relationship because, like, I guess, like, they didn't have, like, the resources to leave, so they just stayed together. He said that it just, like, brought him to a certain place that he didn't like. But I didn't even know. I didn't even think it was that serious. Like, after that, I was like, dang. Like, he was mad at me. He locked himself in the car that night. And then, like, I apologized to his mom because I felt real bad. Like, I felt embarrassed. Like, I apologized to him, and then I thought everything was going to just go back to normal because we'd be arguing all the time. And I don't know, after that, he just distanced himself. Like, the relationship was never good after that. And then, like, a couple weeks later, maybe 3 weeks later, he's like, I don't want to be with you anymore. And we lived together. It's like our third apartment together. He was like, I don't want to be with you. Okay. I wasn't like, oh, okay. Like, I was a wreck.
How long did it take you to really move on from that relationship?
Him?
Yeah.
Like 2 years.
Wow. Wow. What would you say you learned from that relationship? That you would take on to the next relationship? Because it sounds like overall that relationship was good. You felt like you could trust him throughout that relationship and all that stuff? You didn't have those issues of trust, or did you?
No, I didn't. Not with him, no. Not until No, I never felt no.
So you've actually had this in real life.
Yeah, I didn't feel like he was like a cheater or anything like that. Like we was like this. Like we was. I saw him every day. Like he was also like I liked what I did like about that situation. Like he listened to anything I had to say. Like he was like always there for me, and I could bring him around all my friends. Like and then he just never judged me for anything.
Yeah,
like, he never judged me for nothing. But I hate him now. But it was the after part, like, that just made me realize, like, no, like, he left a bad taste in my mouth. Like, yeah, that was good, but no, like, I will never talk to you again. I just...
What did you learn from that? What did you learn? And then what would you like to carry from that particular relationship?
I feel like, because like I said, like 2014 was 10 years ago. Yeah. I was a totally different person. The ways that I reacted and things I did then, I would never do now. But it's I guess, like, it's a learning lesson, but it's like I also would never talk to him again. Like, so. No, like,
so not for him. I'm saying, like, what did you learn from that relationship to take on, to the next one, not to go back to him, no.
I feel like the relationship, I carried that. Like in the beginning of the relationship, I feel like I was the one who carried the relationship. Okay. And I feel like I was the man in the beginning not the end, but the beginning. Okay. And I feel like I wouldn't do that again.
That's good.
That's what it taught me.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So how do you make sure you don't end up in those situations now? Like, how did you move back then versus now?
Is this like a therapy?
Are you okay with it? If you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
Like, say the question again.
So when you think about how you moved back then, like you said, you felt like you carried the relationship like the man, and you know you're not doing that again. How do you move?
I just don't. I just wait for the man to lead. Like, I want you to see what you do. Like,
so did you lead so would you say you led in the past? Or did you kind of go with the flow in the past too?
I always went with the flow. I always went with the flow.
That was a huge mistake I made back then.
Going with the flow?
Going with the flow.
I always go with the flow because I'm so chill and I'm so like, I kind of, like how I said, like the man, like I feel like I'm the nigga. Like I feel like I'm like the nigga kind of, like I know how niggas think. I don't know, but I don't know.
You don't know?
No, like what was it?
You good? We're good. Let's flip it a little bit. Okay, so dating with intention. You say you go with the flow. So when you're going into dating now, you don't let it be known what you want or what you're looking for, like the end goal for you.
I mean, I say things sometimes, but I more listen than anything. Like, I'm very, very, very observant.
Okay.
Like, no one knows that, especially the men that I deal with, they don't know I'm as observant as I am.
Do you think sometimes you might listen for too long and that's how you end up in situationships for years?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not, like, soft and passive like that. Like, I'm not, like, you could just get over on me. I don't feel like that, but I just, like...
I don't imagine that with you.
Yeah, I feel like if a man wants you, he will make it known. Like they say, like if a man wants you, he come and get you.
Got you.
So I
didn't mean soft and passive, like, because you could be like, kind of putting it out there, like you want something, maybe with your actions and how you treat them. But if you maybe are not, I'll use myself as an example.
I don't say too much anymore. Like, I really don't, because and then I don't say too much, and then I listen to what's going on. I observe, but it's like I want to see actions. Gotcha. That's how I judge people, by how they act, because people say things, and I'm just like, well, what are you really gonna do?
Do you make sure, okay, they actions ain't following through? Do you walk away, or do you continue?
Yeah, I do.
No. Okay, so
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So a situation
Kind of bad.
Yeah. Okay, got you. It's kind of, what do you walk away from now?
Anything that I feel like is that bullshit. Like, anything that's that bullshit. Like,
Got you. Anything that you feel like is that bullshit.
like, not anything, but, you know, if you like somebody, you'll try to stay a little, you know, deal with certain things. But, like, I don't have time to waste. So we're on borrowed time here in life. Like,
That's
I don't have time to waste. Like,
got you. Okay. We're going to dive into these questions.
and like I said, let's go back to this ex.
Oh.
My ex, like the one that happened and we ended it or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to be with you. He's in love with me to this day. Like, he loves me so much. He just DM'd me. He's like, you're my wife. You've been my wife. I want to be with you. No other woman. He's like, he has a son now that's 2. He was like, my baby mom know that I always loved you. I will never talk to him again.
Wow. It's because of how he ended it, right?
Is that why? Like,
Is that, no, I'm asking you, is that why? Because is it because of how he ended it?
That's part of it. That's part of it. Like, yeah, I was real hurt and it took me a long time to get over it, but no, it's also because I don't like who he is today.
So you dodged a bullet.
Like, I don't know. I don't really know who he is, but the way he presents himself, and does he just look dusty? Like, he just look like, if I didn't even know you and I never messaged you back then, like, I wouldn't talk to you today. Like, I don't know. And it's just like, it's been so long. Like, I always wanted him. When we broke up, I'm like, oh, you're going to regret this. You're going to feel like I was the best bitch you ever had. And you're going to come back. And I'm like, oh, watch. I can't wait. And then it happened. And it's like, I don't want it. Like, now you feel like that. Like, no, thank you. Like, I don't really care anymore.
God, dog.
God, dog.
God, I think you dodged the bullet. And then also you said in the beginning of the relationship, you kind of carried the relationship. Do you feel like you built him up to be that man to take care of you?
I mean, he probably, him just by himself, I feel like he was that man. Like, he was going to do that. But it was hard for me to do that in the beginning. Like, yeah, it was hard for me to have to do that. But I feel like he had that in him. I knew he had that in him. Because at the end, he wasn't like that. He was not like that. I will give him that. He stepped up and he paid all the bills.
Okay. So you trusted yourself in that situation. Do you feel like, or at least as far as like, okay, I trust his potential. You picked him, and it did end up working out.
Did it?
Well, it worked out to the point where he was paying all the bills and stuff, right? Like you just said, he was paying all the bills, stuff like that. I think you dodged a bullet still, considering your opinion of him now. But do you think your trust kind of went downhill a little bit after that relationship too, in regards to who you let in and all of that stuff?
Probably.
Probably.
My whole life probably went down, with men after that, because it was like a real grown up life lesson probably after that. Yeah.
Got you.
I wouldn't sound like I was just scoring from that relationship, but it just was like, I didn't even know what to do after that.
Got you. No, it took time to heal. That means you really cared about that relationship and that man.
I did.
I think it's still affecting you today, though.
You think so?
I think so. And then the men after that I know of.
Like you say, maybe the after effects affect me somewhat somehow because it was like a real relationship to me. But like the way that I feel about him, like,
it's not about him.
Nothing. About him. Like,
it's not about him. We're talking
anything
about that, like the after effects. That's what I'm thinking of. Not about him, but like
no. I don't think, I mean, I can't even say that. Yes, somewhat, but I don't feel like it's all that relationship. I just seen a lot of things. I experienced a lot of things in my adult life that just like, I feel like other people haven't seen or known, like, that make me feel that type of way.
Why do you think why do you think he was your last real relationship?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Maybe not him per se.
I moved a lot. I moved around a lot too. Like
Yeah,
that
you
has
did
something.
tell me that.
That has something to do with it. But like I don't know. It's not even just like I feel like all men cheat or
Yeah.
it's when you're dating someone, it takes a lot. Like I feel like I'm a good woman. I don't feel like I'm perfect or I'm gonna just make your life the best or whatever. Like you know how some women just talk about themselves like, oh yeah, I'm a wife, I'm a girlfriend, and they're like, what do you offer besides cooking and cleaning and fucking? Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I know what I bring to the table, but it's like I feel like I don't know. Like,
Well, I'm gonna tell you before I dive into these questions. You are that girl. You are beautiful. You can have anybody that you want. And this is just what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that. Oh no! Damn.
the whole thing for the.
I won't go ahead. Let me switch this. Oh, thank you, girl. She caught the mic. I think it always goes back, even with the. No,
I can't even remember the question you were asking me.
let's. I'm just gonna use the cameras. Like when it's on her, when she's talking, just put it on her. When I'm talking, just put it on me. You didn't stop it, right?
No.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So what was I saying? So basically, giving you your flowers, and also telling you.
You were asking.
I think I said before. I said before I dive into these questions.
Oh.
I think it goes back to you, as far as trust within yourself. Do you trust yourself to pick the right person because of all the things that you've seen? I think it goes back to, trust. Because if you don't, because you want to be in a relationship with a man, but if you can't trust men, you're going to be you're going to always focus on the stuff that you don't want because you don't trust men. So that's what you're going to be looking for evidence for that. Your subconscious is going to be looking for that. And not looking for
Definitely.
Yeah, and not looking for the green flags. So just keep that in mind. Maybe do a little research on that after the podcast. The podcast.
I be looking at the green flags, but the red ones be brighter.
It be brighter. I don't
They
trust
be
it.
real bright.
I don't
They
trust
be
it.
real bright.
I don't trust. How do you feel about therapy and talking to people? That's what this podcast is about.
That's what I feel like. I'm in therapy. I feel like that's why I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, why are you asking that question?
Yeah, that's what this podcast is about. So, Plan for Keeps is dead and done consciously. So,
Are you in school therapy? Like, are you?
I have an emotional. I'm an emotional intelligence practitioner. I'm not in school. So I don't have a degree, but I've gotten certain certifications, like in attachment theory. Like I said, emotional intelligence. So I'm really huge on learning about the mind and why we date the way we date and all of that.
You broke it down. Now I see my whole problem. I don't trust. I don't trust. That's why I'm like, why?
Well, that might not be it.
Because I don't trust nobody.
Well, and then you can investigate and navigate through that. See? Oh my God, you gave me the highest compliment tonight. But I need a hug after the report. Okay. So we're going to dive into these questions, okay? Wow, some of these are from my dating game show. Tell us about a time you had a conflict with an ex that you did not handle the right way, besides the one that you gave us earlier. You're like, I already gave you one.
I don't want to put myself out there like that.
Okay, well, we can skip that
It
question.
was the ex that I didn't handle the right. That's a lot of.
Okay, but we'll move right along. In what ways could one show you unconditional love?
Do everything that I do. No, not like that. Match my energy. Like I'm like I pay attention to people. Like I make people feel special by paying attention to things that you said when we had conversations. Like if you're like, oh, I'm into photography, like, and then I bought you a camera or something like that, like, match my energy, like, do that. But unconditional love, like you're saying, like, unconditional love is love without conditions. Like, just love me for who I am, like, period. Because that's how I love people.
Awesome. All right. In romantic relationships, what would you say is the most misunderstood thing about you?
In romantic relationships?
Yeah, what would you say is the most misunderstood thing about you?
Just that I'm like emotional and I don't know.
Okay. Do you feel like your emotions get misunderstood? How? Like you're too clingy or you're too, what would
I
you
don't
say?
think I'm too. I have been like that before, but it's like I'm soft. Like I'm just like just anything could make me crumble. Like, oh my God, like I'm not. I don't. That's misunderstood because I'm a Cancer. Like I feel like that's. What are you?
I'm a Sagittarius.
I was wondering the whole time. I wanted to ask you that in the beginning.
I was going to ask you too. I'm like, I'm sensitive.
My mom is a Sagittarius.
My mom is a Cancer.
Oh, no.
So I was like, I'm sensitive water.
That's correct.
And my mom is a Cancer. And you remind me of her because she'd be like, the questions, like, I'll ask her questions like when she's wanting to talk about something and she's like, I'm not trying to get that deep. Because at the same
That's
time,
how Cancers are, like hard on the outside and soft on the inside.
Yeah.
But I feel like definitely in relationships, because like when you're dealing with a man, you show them your soft side. But it's like when I show them too much, I'm like, oh, never mind. It's like, no, like because I feel like you're going to use it for something else.
We got Okay. Let me ask you this. What do you love about yourself?
What I love about myself is like I'm very, very independent. Like I don't have to like do what everyone else is doing. I just, I can kind of go to my own drum. Like,
gotcha. Let me ask you, who do you go to for relationship advice and why?
I go to a couple people, but I don't trust them either. They're really. I go to them because it's more like venting. It's not like, oh, what should I do? But sometimes it's more like I go to them for like, should I say this or is that crazy to say? Like my best friend, I go to her a lot, but I can't really go to my mom like that. Like I can't go to my mom like that. She won't give me no good advice. She like kind of hates me. No, for real. Like, and then for a relationship advice, I'll probably, if I need a relationship, I'll probably watch my horoscope. They're reading on YouTube before anyone in real life, like for real.
Got you. Okay.
It's like I have close people to me, but I don't go to them for relationship advice because their relationships are not nothing that I want advice from. Like,
got you. Okay. So you come from kind of a line of not trusting men in a way. That's deep.
I don't feel like I'm like my mom though. Like, no, I feel like I'm the opposite of my mom.
I feel like I'm the opposite of my mom too.
Because I keep trying. I keep trying. I'm like out there. Like I'm really willing to do it.
I feel like I'm the opposite of my mother too. But one thing I'll share about my mom is very codependent. And I try to...
It's not like that at all.
See, my mom can be codependent.
But she's a Cancer and you're the Sagittarius.
Yeah, my mom can be codependent. And on the outside, I don't look codependent. But for a long time in relationships, I was codependent. So, and I thought I was nothing like her. But I had residue of...
I'm starting to see how my mom was like how she is, like, fuck niggas. I get it now. I never used to be like, dang, you just gonna give up, I get it now. Like, that's not...
All right, my last question for you, Ashley. Who trust have you broken and how have you healed since then?
like I broke the trust for me.
Yeah, it could be even friendships. Like, have you ever broken in the trust? It could be something little. Like, some people be like, well, I never done that. I think about my own stuff. People go to me as the go-to person, and when I finally started setting boundaries and telling people no, that kind of broke their trust. But how I healed from that was I'm healing myself. I'm learning to set boundaries. So I don't know if you have a similar situation or if you have a relationship type thing, or even we can reverse it. Who's broken your trust, and then how have you healed from that?
Yeah, because I'm like, not like I'm like the perfect person, but I'm really trying to think about it. Like,
No, that's okay.
broke their trust. Like, no, like y'all just still come to me. Like, I just don't feel like.
What about in reverse for you? Who has broken your trust, and then how have you healed from that?
Probably my mom.
Got you. Got you. How have you healed from that? If you don't want to get into that, how would you say?
My mom was like a real young mother. So like when I was very young, like I used to think like, cause she didn't raise me, like my aunt raised me, and my mom was like 15 when she had me. So she didn't raise me, but everyone else in our family like was raised by their birth mother. So I felt some type of way about that. But as I got older, especially my 20s and 30s, like I'm like, first of all, I'm like 35. And I'm like, if I had a kid, having a child is such big responsibility. Like, I feel like I would be scared. Like, and no one knows what they're doing, even as adults. People who had kids, like, everything we do, we're just learning as we go. Nobody knows what's really going on. And I was so mad at my mom, like, back then. And so now, it's just like, I totally, it's not even anything to forgive. Like, I just don't.
You just heal from it?
Yeah, I don't feel the way that I used to feel when I was younger in my teenage years and as a kid. Like, I don't feel like that anymore. Like, I just love my mom unconditionally. And she, yeah.
No, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's my last question. I'm not going to pry anymore. Well, Ashley, I want to thank you so much for coming on and spending time
It
with
felt like a therapy session.
Was it good? Was it good? Okay, it was good. That's all that matters. Okay. Yay. Well, like I said, I want to thank
you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on. I want to thank all of the listeners and the viewers. And until next time.